Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with some more videos, reviews, demos, tutorials. Today, we're pretty much going to get right into it, but I wanted to do a review and demo on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette that just came out. I picked up mine from Nordstrom, also available at Macy's, Sephora, and the ABH website. I am somewhat of a collector of ABH palettes. There's a couple I have not gotten my hands on, but I saw this one. I thought it was beautiful. The colors just like so vibrant, something different than all the other kind of bronzy, nudie type of palettes, and I can't resist a good ABH palette. So I picked it up, and I actually ended up doing just kind of like a review and demo on the eyeshadows, talking a little bit about how they performed, which stay tuned because I've got some thoughts. I don't know if you can kind of see it now. Let me know if you see it now. If not, I'll explain what I'm talking about and what maybe the issue is that I had with this palette. I'm wondering if anybody else does. So if you guys are curious and you want to hear my thoughts and my personal opinions on this palette based on kind of my use, then please join me. Hey guys, so I've already gone ahead and done this eye, almost done. I definitely want to do something in the inner corner. I already had some thoughts about this palette, but I'll kind of keep it going here. I will show you what I did on this eye and we'll do on this eye. So I'm going to go in with the shade Cabana, and it's this yellow shade right here, and I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk blending fluffy brush. Ooh, actually going. And this is just going to kind of go all over as my transition shade. You can totally skip this, but I definitely wanted like that pop of something on top. And you could also even go in with Estate, which honestly it didn't feel totally matte. But either way, I think both are a good option. I just really, that yellow was really capturing my eye there. But so far, every color that I've used, that you see in my eye right now, worked well. Let's talk about the darkest brown shade Palm. Originally I wasn't going to go in with the purple. My initial plan was, instead of the purple, I was going to go in with that brown shade right here, this one called Palm. But as I was adding it on the outer corner, like where the purple is, with my pencil brush, it like part of it was going on, and then it was like I was getting subculture vibes, kind of experience PTSD going on there because it just wasn't layering on top of the pink properly. Like it was weird, like it would, like I would tap it into there and then it would just kind of like dust off before I finish my story. Next shade I'm going to go in with is Coastline, and I'm taking a Morphe M433 brush. I'm just going to go more into my, a little bit higher than my crease. But yeah, so I was trying to add that brown, and it was weird. Like it was not sticking. It was not going on top of the other matte pink shade. So that was just weird, and I was like, okay, is it the brush? So I used a Morphe pencil brush first. Then I went in with like a Real Techniques, just kind of like small detail brush, just to see if like the different brush hairs would work, maybe something more synthetic. That wasn't working. And then I even went in with the clean ABH, their brushes that usually come in their eyeshadow palettes, and it was not looking good. And I was like, do I scrap this? Am I frustrated? Do I start something else? But I was like, you know what? Wiped it off with the makeup wipe and then went back in with some concealers, kind of like the base there. And I went in with the purple. And the purple, there was no issues with the purple whatsoever. So like even just kind of swatching the brown shade on my arm, I wanted to see like, is it the shadow or is it that part of my eye? But the purple went on fine. But yeah, when like swatching the brown, I just kind of felt like it was a little bit, it feels a little bit chalky. Yeah, that's what I can chalk it up to. It feels chalky. And I've never had that, issue with my other dark brown shades in my other palettes, like Cypress, is it Cypress Umber or whatever? Like those are smooth. But yeah, that brown was a little bit chalky. So I just went in. Ooh, this is a really pretty, like, almost melon shade. There's definitely, here, let me do it fresh. There's definitely some, like, kick up when I add, but honestly you really only need the smallest amount, but definitely it does kind of, you get some fallout, a lot of fallout, which honestly if I'm gonna get pigment payoff, I really don't care. I don't mind whatsoever. It's if I get fallout and nothing sticks to my eye, which so far the shades that I've used I have not the issue, except for Palm. I'm getting a crap ton of fallout and nothing's going on to my eye. I'm just gonna go back in real quick with that fluffy brush. Oof, I want this shade Coastline. This orange peachy like mango, what is it? What did I call it? Shade. I want that like just in a single. Ooh. But like these light ones blend out really, really nicely. Next, I'm going in, this is the ABH brush that came into the palette, and I'm going to take this a bright pink shade called Bahamas. Bahama, come on, pretty mama. And this one's gonna go right a little bit lower than Coastline and into my crease. So I'm just gonna pack that on. Beautiful. No problem. That's, you know, going on nicely, but I don't know if you can see fallout. There's definitely lots and lots of fallout. So if you're someone who hates fallout, you're probably not gonna like this. Like I said, as long as I'm getting payoff, I don't mind. I'm bringing this right, kind of patting this into the crease, and we're gonna blend it out. Don't worry if you go a little bit low onto the lid. I never realized how much I love a really nice bright pink shade on my crease. Don't be afraid of it. Gonna turn that brush around and lightly, I'm just lightly blending out the edges. I'm really not trying to go crazy with it because I kind of want to maintain this shade. It's so bright and pigmented. I want to maintain it in the crease area. If you go a little bit outside this way, don't worry about it. We can clean that up with a makeup wipe. But just blending that out. And we can even go in and add more to get that intensity back. So it's just this little game we play here called adding and blending. And that's with any shadows. Because you don't want to pack on too much before it's like even harder to blend. But you really want to make sure you don't have any harsh edges. So I always like to go in for the edges with that brush. And then I'll go in with a little bit of that same brush that I used for Coastline, just to get a little bit of that orange back on top. Gonna take, I got ahead of myself. Gonna take a little bit of my L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer, because this is so full coverage. Perfect for carving out the lid. And this is just my Wet n Wild. I think it's like a concealer brush. But I've just coated both sides, and we are going to carve out the lid so that our lid shade is gonna be even more pigmented than it already is. I definitely had no issues with this shimmer shade. Beautiful, spectacular. I'm gonna take some Fix Plus on my MAC 242, and I'm going to take the shade Mediterranean. And it looks a lot darker in the pan. It comes off a little bit lighter on the lid. Almost, I want to say periwinkle-esque. I don't know what you would call this blue. And I'm gonna, oof, beautiful. And I'm gonna pack this on. So I mean, you really don't need to cover out the lid, but if you want to amp this up even more, go for it. Now I'm gonna go in with that purple shade Cans. I only know because I saw Entourage. And I'm going to take a pencil brush, I believe. I don't even know anymore. This might be Sigma. I want to say Sigma. If not, it's Morphe. And I'm just going to pack this onto the outer corner and just kind of, we're going to get that little effect into the outer V. And we're going to blend that in and bring it up just slightly into the crease. Kind of giving me, okay, now we're getting, maybe it wasn't me. Okay. Just weirdly layering now, I feel like. Let's see. I'm pushing this color into the blue. Okay, it's doing that weird thing again. I feel like you can only layer a certain amount of matte shades on top of each other before it starts to like almost fade off. It's weird. It's doing the same thing Subculture was doing and why. At first I thought it was like, okay, is this maybe because I added concealer? But no. I mean, is this salvageable? It's weird. Yeah, the two darkest shades just do not layer well. We can even going in with that ABH brush and a little bit of that con color. No additional product. That brush that I used for the pink and just kind of blending that in together slightly. It is weird. I don't know if you can see kind of like that gap between that dark harsh blue where I blended the purple in and then to where like the purple wouldn't sit on top. I almost like want to grab glue and just press that into my eye. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get, basically. Ugh. Like this side looks a little bit better. This side, I notice it way more. When we take a photo, we're just gonna take a photo of this side. So you know I'm not crazy. Can you see it? I'm pretty sure you could before, but okay. So this side looks okay. Just maybe minorly, like right here. But it looks okay. This side though, can you see that? Like the purple will not stick on there. And then it's just like a dark blue and then like the purple, like that's where I layered the purple on top. Like that would have looked nice if they would have done it all the way, you know, or like, I don't know. I feel like should I put blue and then put more purple on top? Maybe I need to put more blue? Maybe let's try a little bit of blue. Okay, let's layer some purple. Maybe if we put purple, maybe we put some purple on top, it'll just a little bit better. Weird. Okay, that's much better. Much better, but still, oh yeah. So now that it looks like that, but still, that was weird. Okay, so I just pretty much did the rest of my face off camera, because I was gonna do this a full-on tutorial, but we've got some issues. I was like, oh, I think we've salvaged it, the eyeshadow, but like looking up close, no. This side looks okay. Like this side, like it's gonna be an Instagram picture side. So if you see me with this eyeshadow look on my Instagram, make sure to comment, I synced the video, I know what's up. You actually know. We're just, you know, might as well try to get a picture for the gram on this side. But this side, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. Otherwise, like it does look really nice. Like these colors look beautiful. I'm just kind of upset that like I'm not a fan of that layering of that matte shade. So, but let's see how maybe it goes on its own. So I'm gonna go back in with that purple con shade and we're gonna put that on the lower lash line. And see that? No problem whatsoever. It's the layering on top, in which when you do makeup, definitely do a lot of. I'll list in the description box the other products that I use on my face because I wanted to use some Anastasia products for sure. So I definitely use the bronzer, which I just used on my last Get Ready With Me. And I freaking love that bronzer so much. Mine is in the shade Rosewood. And then the highlights, I had it out and I was just loving the glow. It is the ABH in collaboration with Nicole Guerriero. The Glow Kit. And if you notice, I just did just a line across my top lash line because I still kind of wanted you guys to see what was going on here. If I was, say, doing this look and this was my plan to go out that night, or this is your plan to go out, and you started to realize, you know, what was going on with like the outer edge, I think I definitely would have done a wing liner, like a heck of a wing liner, and I could have covered it up so easily. So it's a tip from me to you. But honestly, yeah, the purple goes on beautifully, easily. trying to get that. Tap that. It just layers on weird, similar. It layers on top of the shimmer better than the brown shade did. God, see, like, this look is so new. It's fun. It's out of my comfort zone, but I love that blue. Like, ugh, shimmer shade, had no problem with it. The other lighter shades, even that deep pink, had no problem with it. What I would want to do is, and then I even went in with my Ardell Wispies. I was gonna go in with my House of Lash Iconic lashes and just really blow this out, but still wanted to see kind of what was going on underneath my lashes, because once again, it's another great way to hide a not so great, you know, eyeshadow look, or if your blending's not that great, something you can do as well. But I wanted to kind of see what was going on when I zoom in later. I was gonna maybe go in just with the glow kit in the inner corner, but let me zoom you guys in. Wow, so I thought I was filming that whole time. Okay, so what I did was, I'm not sure where I got cut off, we'll see. So I added a little bit of concealer right where I would want to add that yellow underneath as like a base, and then I took the shade Inheritance and I just added that. Went on beautifully, as to be expected. Maybe don't even need the base. Like I said, the shimmer shades work great. Did not catch that on film, I don't think so. So that is a completed look. Thank you so much for joining me on this roller coaster ride. And I initially actually wanted to do a actual tutorial using the ABH Riviera palettes, but I honestly just don't feel fully satisfied to be like, and look at this great look I created, when I'm honestly like, I don't know what's going on there type of a deal. That outer corner right here on my left eye, it's just not looking well. Like the right eye, like that felt a little bit salvaged. I was able to fix, but I can still, had I not put any line or anything, like I can totally see what's going on there. Like I know. So there was just an issue with maybe like layering colors, which I thought that was interesting. Honestly, these two shade Cabana and Coastline, the pigmentation, the blendability, the softness, butteriness of them, it reminds me exactly of like shades that I love from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, or even the Soft Glam. The Bahamas one, while feels a little bit drier, it honestly goes on really nicely and blends out really nicely. And I blended that on top of these two shades, lighter shades though. However, notice it first with the Palm, the dark brown, where it just was not going on top of the Bahamas very well at all. And then same thing with the Con shade. Palms definitely feels really, really dry, almost like gritty. And then the Cabana, not as much. I was able to work with it a little bit better. I was able to layer a little bit better, but I still definitely felt issues. I was definitely getting subculture vibes, flashbacks going on there. Shimmer shades, we've got no problems whatsoever. Actually, while we're here, guess what I forgot to do? My brow shade. So let's see how one more shade goes. Let's go in with Sales. And we're just gonna add this to our under. That is why I don't know if I need them. Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't. Hold on, don't worry. We're gonna. Woohoo! We're gonna blend that out. Okay, much better. Ooh. Blend that out. So that is white. That's actually maybe like a fun little shade to play with, but be careful. I added not as much, and it looks, I like that on this side. So I think overall, had these two shades really worked out for me. I feel like you need to add in some work to them. I would give it maybe like a 6.5, maybe a 7. Had that purple worked out, I probably would have given it a 7, just because I'm like paying like $45 every single shade. It better be impeccable. Like it better work, as well as the Modern Renaissance. Like what happened in the Modern Renaissance that this can't work? What happened to the Soft Glam that, you know, maybe it's the colors, the shades, you know, every shade is different. They're not all created equally type of a deal, but some disappointment here. Maybe it's me. I've tried different brushes. Let me know if there's maybe one specific brush. I use the ABH brush that comes with it. So just wondering if there's a way I can use these two shades. Had these worked out, would have been like a 10 out of 10. I love it because these vibrant shades, this on my lid, like normally I wouldn't be like, let me get that type of blue on my lid, but I love it so much. A little bit of purple. Even when I layer the purple on top of the Mediterranean blue shade on my lid, it almost kind of creates a darker blue shade, which I've had that experience with the Modern Renaissance when I layer the pink on top of, I think, like one of the mauvier shades, and I was like, I like it, but it blends on top and nicely, and it layers nicely, and it creates a different color, which I don't mind. I like the color and what it kind of adds to that, but this one, the purple on top on its own on top of something else, it just doesn't work. I don't know, it's weird. Had they fixed that issue, I think it would have been fine, but I don't know. I think I would say pick it up, try it out. Keep the receipt. If it doesn't work for you, return it. I think maybe it's not worth it. But if it does work for you, if maybe it's just me, I'm just doing something, I don't know what, then I totally think it is worth keeping. Like, ugh, these other shades look so nice, but I honestly don't know. This is just like I was honestly a little bit disappointed when that came about with that purple shade. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you keep it? Would you return it? Would you just be like, whatever, I'm just gonna use the other shades and not worry about it? I'm definitely curious because I'm torn whether I should or should not, but I don't know. The fact that I didn't even want to do a full-on tutorial and be like, look at this. I was just kind of like, is it? I don't know. I'm a little bit sad, but can't win them all. Hopefully, I don't know if this, I personally haven't bought the Norvina palette or the Sultry palette. Has anybody had issues with those? I haven't had an issue with the A Beach palette since Self Culture. Is there, you know, another trick to it that only, you know, crazy good makeup artists know? Is it just me? But if you are experiencing the same problem, let me know. If you've seen other YouTubers as well, let me know. I'm not crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep with some more videos. Also, look out for this eye look on Instagram, and you can like it, and if, you know, let me know if you saw this video as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.